What's up everyone, welcome to my studio. I've been really tied up between large projects, traveling, and my personal life, which catches up to everybody. So I haven't posted a video in a while and I really wanted to. So in this video, I'm gonna be doing a Q&A. I get a lot of questions from social media and in my emails, so I compiled a lot of those and I figured I would answer them all at once. So here we go. All right, so number one, where are you from and how does that affect your work? I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. I usually say it in the beginning of all of my videos, but that affects my work because I try not to paint like anyone else in Montgomery, Alabama. You find a lot of southern art here, colonial houses, landscapes, that sort of thing. I do a lot of fan art, I do a lot of original characters, and as far out there as I can get, the happier I am with my art. So that's how it affects my work. What's your favorite medium? For me, it's a split between spray paint and acrylic paints. I really got into artwork with spray paint by doing a lot of space and planets, stuff like that. Then I transitioned into using a brush and using traditional art styles. I really love acrylic paint. I can blend with it, but it doesn't take forever to dry like oil paints. So yeah, I love acrylic paints and spray paint. Number three, when is your favorite time of day to paint? That's a really good question. So I like to paint whenever. It's usually at night. That's when I have the most time available to me. But honestly, if I could wake up early in the morning and just start knocking something out, especially on the weekends, you know, I'll try to get started around like 8 or 9 in the morning, and that gives me all day to paint. And then I can get so much done. But really, it's just as soon as I can get a brush in my hand. That's when I like to create. All right, so next question. What motivates you to create? Now, that is a really good question, and I've got a couple of answers for that. So the first answer that I've got is my daughter is a huge motivating factor for me. She's been around art since she was really little. I've been painting around her for a very long time. She loves to paint. She's always trying to create new stuff, and she even sells her own artwork now, which is super cool. So she is a huge motivating factor for me. But another huge factor for me is I want to be able to create as much artwork as I possibly can, do as much artwork while I'm on this earth. I don't want to do them as quickly as I can because quality is a huge factor for me, but I just want to be able to be involved in as many art projects as I can and put forth as many things as I can possibly create. All right, so whatever number question this is, how do you develop your art skills? Another great question. So I'm of the belief that art style or an art skill, it just doesn't come from nowhere. Everyone's influenced by something. So I've been admiring other artists for a really long time. I will like something that this person did and incorporate it into my artwork, or I will like a different style that someone else did and incorporate it into my artwork. And I feel like every artist has like a mash of different artists and influences that they've seen over the years. So I don't believe in like ripping off another artist and completely stealing their style, but just like taking little fragments and just adding them together until they make one cohesive style. All right, so next question. How can your artwork affect social issues? That's a really tough question because I don't really think that it can. I'm really making art to entertain myself and entertain other people. I'm not doing it as any sort of political statement or to bring a light to a lot of the issues in the world. I guess one thing that you could say that it helps with is providing a distraction so that people can take a breath from that madness for a while. But other than that, it's just designed to make people laugh and smile a little bit. All right, so next question. How has your style changed over time? So my style has changed a lot over time, and I feel like it's just continuously evolving from like day to day. So when I started painting, it was by doing spray paint landscapes, like I said, and then I started using a brush and started doing fan art pieces, and then I started doing fan art mashup pieces, and then I really got into doing original characters, original pieces, and now I just kind of bounce back and forth between all of those styles, all of these different series that I do. I don't ever do any one particular thing, and I'm always adding things into the mix. So I feel like my art style is ever changing. What are your favorite and least favorite parts of professional art? Amazing question. So my least favorite part of professional art is the professional part of it, where you've got to be able to sell stuff, network, and try to build up this brand and persona. Honestly, my favorite days are when I just come into the studio, I'm by myself, and I can create artwork and not think about any of that marketing, networking, finance, the business side of artwork, which is an extremely important part of artwork, but it's just maddening. What I really enjoy doing is creating the art. I would love to get to a level one day where I've just got enough money I can hire people to do all the things I don't want to do. I don't want to do the marketing. I don't want to do the taxes and the finance and the licenses and permits and all of that stuff. I just want to paint. That's all I love to do. But you've got to deal with all of those things if you want to do it on a professional level. So that's my least favorite part. One of my favorite parts is meeting all of the other artists I've met over the years. I've met some incredible people. I've met people from Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi. I travel all over the place, and there are so many incredible people, and I've met so many people who do so many different beautiful, amazing, and wonderful things, and they're such great people. So that's my absolute favorite part, is meeting other artists. All right, so moving on to the next question. What factors influence the price of your work? That's an amazing question, and it's a great question, but I get that a lot, and I covered that in my last Q&A, so I'm only gonna say a couple of things about it. The first thing I'll say is I see a lot of art pieces where there's a lot of detail, it's beautiful, people have put their heart into it, and then they undercharge for it. But at the same time, I see a lot of art pieces that are kind of slapped together half-heartedly, and then someone puts like a $500, $800, $1,500 price tag on it, and I just don't understand why they would get that much for it unless they're selling their art at that level. So they just keep trying to pump it out to make as much money as they can. But the biggest factor to me is how much I enjoy my own art piece. Like if I really love it, then it kind of goes by how much you have to give me to get that art piece out of my hands. So that's how I price my work. All right, so next question. Why do you want to make and sell art? I feel like that's a huge question that all artists need to ask themselves. For me, I don't particularly care about the selling part, other than the fact that my dream is to make a living as an artist. But for me, even if nobody ever bought it, I would create as much art as I can because that's what I enjoy doing. Like I said before, it's kind of a meditation for me. It makes me calm, puts me in the right mental state. So for me, I want to create artwork for myself, for my own mental health, but also because I hope that it, makes other people happy. All right, so moving on. What are some of your techniques for overcoming creative blocks? I went through a period where I went through massive creative blocks. Like it would be weeks at a time before I would create something new. But I really wanted to improve my drawing skill, so I decided to start drawing every day. And that wound up being hugely beneficial because that was a way that I could kickstart any creative flow that I needed to be in. And now I still draw every single day. My drawing skills continue to improve and I'm continuously coming out with ideas. So now I've got more ideas than I've got time to paint, which is a good problem to have. It's a lot better than just sitting there with a paintbrush not knowing what to do. So my advice is just draw something every day. Some little sketch, some little doodle, a big piece, little piece, doesn't matter. Just draw something. All right, so I'll do one more question. What does your art mean to you? That's a really good question, and I don't really have a great answer for that. For me, I just enjoy creating and I enjoy making other people happy, whether I make a piece that makes people laugh or I make something that, people really connect with emotionally. That's it for me. So I always love every piece that I do, and it really signifies and connects me with a certain point in my life. That's what my artwork means to me. Probably super sappy and really dumb, but I don't really give a f. All right, so that is it for questions. I put together the ones that I get most often, so hopefully that answered most of you guys. But if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me on social media, email, however you guys want to do it, and I'll either answer you directly or I'll make another one of these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment below. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for all of your contributions. You're amazing. Also, make sure to check out my website, pdshawn.com, where all of my artwork's available and it ships anywhere in the US for free. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.